This is Win News.
Tonight, the Premier turns the first sod for our new hospital. Kevin Rudd endorses his new candidate for Dawson. And Mackay comes through Cyclone Louis in good shape. Good evening, I'm Samantha Heathwood. Premier Anna Bligh has visited the Mackay Base Hospital, a signal that the redevelopment project has entered construction phase. Ms Bligh says the new hospital should be completed by 2013. A 19-year-old Dysart apprentice has died in Townsville General Hospital after his vehicle rolled on the Dysart Middlemount Road yesterday morning. He sustained substantial head and spinal injuries when he was thrown from his vehicle. Work on the $1 billion Goonyella to Abbott Point rail project will begin early next month. Pumping is underway to remove thousands of tonnes of oil still on board stranded coal vessel the Shangnang 1. The Premier flew over the critical salvage operation today as the Chinese ship owner apologised for the accident. Now to this week's Win poll results. We wanted to know if you think we need more protection for our Great Barrier Reef. 80% of callers said yes. The Prime Minister says he's not concerned about the ongoing CMC Commission probe facing his Dawson candidate Mike Brunker. Kevin Rudd gave the Whitsunday Mayor a big rap during his visit to the region. Meantime, CQ University says it's hoping for its share of federal funding to teach and train new medical specialists. Despite fears of Cyclone Louis putting a dampener on business this Easter, tourism bodies say the region has fared quite well. Emergency crews and insurance companies have filled beds that would have been left empty by cancellations. Mackay Regional Council Mayor Col Meng says he still doesn't know what will happen to the showground site. The member for Mackay has announced a meeting will take place with council and showground trustees, but a date still hasn't been set. After the break, the amazing fossil find, and Mackay Sugar calls on business houses to support their cogeneration plant. Sports up next, and the Cutters hoping to turn their shaky start to the season around, and Mackay Rugby League kicks off with 4 big clashes. Welcome back to Win Sport. Cutters officials will be hoping for a vastly improved performance when they meet Burleigh on the Gold Coast. The Mackay team is winless after 3 disappointing displays. Cowboys fullback Shannon Gallant is jumping out of his skin to sit up against his former club, the West Tigers, tomorrow night. The match is set to be a fiery one after hookers Anthony Watts and Robbie Farah came to blows the last time the two teams clashed.
Well, folks, if you're having a punt this weekend, best of luck. For Win News, Ian Joblin. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Ian. Stay with us. Weekend weather's next with Peter Byrne, then Friday's fishing report.
Weather report brought to you by Ergon Energy. Remember, always leave electrical work to a licensed contractor and be always safe.
Good evening once again, Weather Watchers, and thanks for sharing this Friday with the Win News team. Our weather photograph this evening takes us to Cambodia, that's on the Darling Downs, where Jason Charles photographed this small funnel cloud or tornado developing. Look at the spin effect up here as it enters the cloud, but always this was photographed on March the 31st, and always a sign of unstable conditions. But my thanks to you, Jason, great photograph. Righto, very little rain to report, so we'll move straight on to temperatures through the region. A top of 34 for Clermont, by gee, way above the April average. Moranbah, I have no idea why we had no reports from Moranbah. The only rain till 9 this morning was Roellen Park, 1 millimetre. Eaton, thanks Dylan, 3 millimetres. Now Mount Bassett, Mackay today, 30.8. That occurred at 1:15 this afternoon. That was 4.1 degrees above the April average. And the warmest April ever recorded at Mount Bassett was 33.8. That was back on April 2nd, 1988. Currently, she's pretty muggy in Mackay, the temperature 27. Where's all the cloud? There's not a lot operating through Queensland as far as low cloud goes, but there's been some good falls up to about 100 millimetres in parts of northeast parts of South Australia. But at last, the monsoon is weakening considerably up there in the Torres Strait area. Having a closer look at Queensland this afternoon, lots of low-level cloud evident, about as far north as Gladstone. You can see a little bit of a discontinuity there, and that marks the northern boundary of that weak southeasterly change. But there was nil echoes on the local Weather Watch radar a short time ago. Right, I'm on to the chart. Basically good conditions. Look at the weak high up there to the north. So smooth to slight seas. It'll be an absolute bonanza for fishing this weekend. Mostly fine, just isolated showers. However, here comes the surface drop. And at this stage, there's the probability that will trigger a few showers and storms, most likely Sunday, Monday. In the short term, for the local area, mostly fine, just isolated showers by afternoon. Light winds, afternoon coastal north to northeast sea breezes, and for Sunday, isolated showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon. Much the same story for the Central Highlands and coalfields. Mostly fine, any afternoon shower activity will be north of Emerald initially, with a few thunderstorms expected on Sunday. Maritime observations at 3 o'clock. Bowen, that surprises me, southwest at 16 knots, but Hay Point north-northeast 13. Coastal waters northwest to northeast 5 to 10, 10 to 15 by afternoon. And at this stage, Sunday much the same, northeast to northwest 5 to 10, 10 to 15 by afternoon. Tidal information follows, followed by sunrise for Mackay tomorrow Saturday morning 6:13, and finally the summary. Few showers and storms, particularly Sunday, Monday, smooth to slight seas and light winds. Have a great weekend. Now it's back to Sam.
Thanks, Pete. Now to our fishing report. Here's Clinton Hassan with Where They're Biting.
Good evening, folks. With great weather and good tides, should see some awesome offshore and estuary fishing this weekend. Until next Friday, have a safe weekend, and just remember, every day is a great day for fishing.
Thanks, Clinton. News headlines can be found on our website, wintv.com.au. Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation from Win Television, Australia's largest commercial television network.